is Evelyn Terry, District 71.
And these are all people that have already locked in their seats.
These are people who will show up on your ballot.
Oh, for the vote that's coming up.
For the vote
and
that's coming
up. And what day is that?
Early voting is from February the 13th through the 29th, and election day is March 3rd.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all get out and vote. It is important. I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm back.
Oh, no, you're fine. So you have Evelyn Terry, who's District 71, and then Durham Montgomery, who's District 72. Okay? So he spoke about it earlier. He's one of the runners running for congressional seats. Right. So after you make it through that part, you then going to find out that you have to vote for a clerk of court. So people say, well, I don't know about running for nobody working for the clerk of court and this, that,
I was just going to say, to be clear, we're not talking about the same one that sit there at the courthouse.
No.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so your clerk of court is, and it's two of those ladies is running as well. Right now, the seat is being held by Renita Lemble. This is a county-wide seat, so everyone in the county can vote
on who the clerk of the court.
On who the clerk of court is. So when we were talking about all these different seats, they only represent certain areas. So what comes up on your Senate race, you may be in 31 or you may be in 32. You will not get both of them on your ballot. You'll have one or the other.
Depending on
what district you live in.
Gotcha.
Okay. So clerk of court, that's an all county. So with that being an all county, you have Renita Lemble, who is currently currently sitting in the seat at clerk of court. And then you have Denise Hines, who is running to security seat. Right.
Okay.
So then you have a register of deeds. Register of deeds, of course, you know that's where you go and you get your birth certificates and marriage license and all of that. So the register of deeds is a lady by the name of Lynn Johnson. She is going unopposed.
So pretty much no matter how the vote goes, Lynn Johnson
has her seat back. Right. Everybody who I've mentioned so far, when you make it through the primary, that may be your final dance. If you go to the general, it's because you're opposed by someone from a different party. So if you win your Democratic seat, you may have opposition on the back end against a Republican or a Libertarian or whatever.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So, but some of them are fortunate enough that if they make it through the primary, I don't have any opposition in the general. So once I win in the primary, that's it.
Game over.
You're just waiting on the day to be sworn in. And a lot of the swearing in takes place in December.
Of the next year or the following year?
The same year.
Okay.
So then you have, like I say, Lynn Johnson, that's your register of deeds. After Lynn Johnson, I should have backed up a little bit. We do have our newly elected sheriff. That's Bobby Kimbrough. He covers the whole county. Okay. And keep in mind that's our first black sheriff.
Oh, congratulations.
First black sheriff.
Shout out to our first black sheriff in Forsyth County, man. Mr. Kimbrough.
Yep, so his name is Bobby Kimbrough. Then we have our mayor. Okay? So your mayor is Alan Jones. But he has opposition this time with a young lady by the name of Joanne Allen.
I think I did see some more posters.
Okay.
Up.
So after your mayor comes your, I done moved too fast, but after your mayor you have 8 seats for city council. And they're all in wards. So you have your north ward, your northeast ward, your southeast ward, your south ward, your north. So it goes all the way around.
Okay. So can you give me a breakdown on the northeast ward again? Like what's the boundaries for the northeast ward?
The northeast ward is your 14th Street, going up all the way to Patterson. Take Patterson all the way out. When you take Patterson all the way out, you'll hit some of, you'll do like Germantown Road, Oak Summit, going towards the Rural Hall area. Coming back out on Oak Summit, you'll hit Whittier. You'll go past Oak Summit Park, Old Rural Hall Road, Old Hollow Road, Beeson Dairy, Box Mountain Road, 158.
Okay.
So all of that area out towards, like going towards Linville Road, out that way, all the way back in. But none of Old Greensboro Road, the 311 that way, going towards East Winston, not. Come back the other way where Northampton and all of that is.
Okay.
So it's 19 precincts in that ward. We're the hole in the donut.
Okay.
Everything around us is District 2.
So they do it more like a target ring instead of lines.
Right.
Okay.
So, and what's in the middle?
District
a lot of
1.
African Americans.
Oh, inner city.
Inner city.
That's how we get the inner city term.
Inner city.
Okay, got
Right.
you.
This is your inner city. We have 2 county commissioners that represent this. This is Tanya McDaniel and Fleming Alamine. They represent District A. Now, on the school board flip side, you have 9 women who currently sit on the school board. Kudos to one of the women, Melisha Woodbury, the first black chair to sit on the school board.
Shout out to Miss Berry, man.
So, she represents District 1. District 1 is the inner city as well.
Okay.
So this is where you're in the city. This is your, still the city, but then it incorporates the rural areas. Kernersville, Walkertown, Tobaccoville. Right. So all of that, that's what the donut is.
Gotcha.
So we're the inner city. So this is considered District 1 if you're on school board, District A if you're on county commission.
Okay.
Then, like I said, then you have your city council representatives who actually break down the whole county into 8 different wards. And that's what you're responsible for. That area in that ward. But understand, even though you're responsible for that area, when you get sworn in, you're responsible for every life
within that
area, within Forsyth County.
That's dope.
So you can limit yourself to just your area, or you can still expand yourself out and say, you know what, I see somebody over there with a need and I'm going to help them too.
That's real.
Ooh. So while y'all stuck on president, let me tell y'all one more time. This is our cabinet.
These are the
vice president.
These are the people that
Look,
help
this
us
your president, your vice president.
Okay.
This is it. This is it. All the way down.
These are the ones that help pass laws and help get funding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. This would fund your mental health, your public safety, your schools, your streets, your parks and recreation centers, anything and everything that's being funded. This is how it's being done. But it's a chain of command to everything, just like in the military.
Okay, so I got a question.
If I want some money for my school board,
you must have knew where I was going. You must have knew where I was going.
If I want money from school board, because I want to build a new school, or I want teacher supplement pay, or anything, I need some more SRO officers. At school board, you go to your county commissioners, because the county commissioners hold the pocketbook strings to that.
And that would be 1A.
That'd be right.
Okay, gotcha.
That's 1A. Or here's the thing: 1A or 2A or at large.
Oh, depending on,
because it all depends, right? So it takes a board. You can go and ask the person that represent District 1A, but she or he will still need 4 votes for it to pass.
For the county.
Right.
Gotcha.
Because it takes, and I need to say this too and be very clear. You have a 1A, so you have a District A and a District B. You have a District 1 and a District 2. You also have at-large seats. So when we were talking about the county commissioner board, we have 2 people that represent District A.
Okay.
But we also have people that represent District B, which is this part. And then at large is the people that represent the whole pie.
Vote for the president.
We'll vote for president. Or we'll do this. Here, you gonna vote for them. And y'all be looking like,
well, who is this
who
person?
is this? Why am I voting for them?
Yeah.
But what would we do? Because somebody told us to do it, we go in there and do it. We go right in there and do it. Haven't done no background check.
No research on it.
On nobody.
Checked on no views, no policies.
And the only thing we say is, oh, well, I heard that name before.
Yeah, that's our community. That's
oh, I think that's my neighbor right there.
That's definitely our African American community. Because I remember coming up when I did, they used to pass out little bookmarks. Go circle these at the churches. They would pass them out at the church, and it was go vote for whoever.
Right. So now I'm asking you this question. Even though that's what we did for generations, for decades, how did it benefit us?
And you know what? I can't tell you any answer myself. I haven't looked that far into politics to see what we could do ourselves. Like, so a lot of it, even if it has or it hasn't, I wouldn't even know, because, like I said, we get so deterred by the process and then feeling like we don't have a vote or say so that it kind of just makes us be like, yeah.
Because we silence ourselves sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
Because we let other people think for us sometimes. We have little strings in our back, and we sometimes tend to let people dictate what we do.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, you know what, I'm my own person, in my own right, that can think for myself.
And I think a lot of the hardest part is just finding ways where it even engages us to care sometimes. Because like I said, okay, boom, this is a great opportunity. With this interview, we're going to be able to break down a lot of information for a lot of people like myself who might not have knew each different branch or each different segment of the government and how they can play an effect in our lives. Like, a lot of us want to be small business owners. A lot of us don't know who we should talk to in order to get different laws or bills passed so it can be beneficial for us or us of our color. And so I think it's just going to take a lot more of politicians like you getting in, sitting down and being able to talk and actually say it in a way where we understand what's going on. Because they be saying it, they talk about it, but we have no clue sometimes.
But here's the other piece as well. A lot of times we haven't had access to the same resources as others.
That's real.
And not because it hasn't been out there, we don't know about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then we have times where we can say, it's a problem going on in the city. We need y'all to show up. And how many of us that look like us will actually show up?
You know what they say? Ooh, I hate it.
People will say, I don't have a reason to vote. My vote don't count. I can sit right here and look at you in your face and say, I can give you 1,000,001 reasons why you need to go vote.
Let me get
three.
Three top reasons.
I can give you 3 top reasons very quickly.
Talk to me.
Let's talk about public safety. How young black men are still being profiled because of their appearance. I don't look like you. I don't talk like you. I don't walk like you. I don't act like you. So you automatically think that I'm this thug who just got out of jail, and where they ready to put us? Back in jail.
Back in the bar in an orange suit.
You better know that you're going to rock it. Yeah. And what happens when you rock it? Because now we're going to be very transparent and clear about this, because I said this to someone before. The difference between you and a white male is that white male has a lawyer that's going to go in there, say what he's going to say, and that young man going home. The problem is you can go in there with the same problem, with the same exact charge, and you have a public defender who don't even remember your name.
Ain't seen you one time for the quarter.
Don't know your name, and now we done threw the book at you. Or we've given you a record, which then stopped you from doing what? Being able to go back to school to get financial aid, being able to be a homeowner, being able to get jobs. So these are strikes that's already put against us. If that don't make you get up and want to vote, when we look at our children, our black and brown children, who cannot read on the 3rd grade level, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So what they do is they look at these numbers of us who cannot read, and they already decide down the road we're going to make another prison. That's where that school to prison pipeline come in at. Because we already know that your 3rd grader can't read, even though they ain't got to the 12th grade, but they can't read at the 3rd grade. So in between, what's going to happen? I'm going to get deterred. I still won't be able to read, right? I'm going to probably more than likely drop out of school. Now I got all of this time on my hands to do something wrong. Now I'm where? In that prison. You see what I'm saying? So if that don't give you a reason to vote,
boy, I ain't nothing will.
Right. When you wake up and you realize that your grandmother's home was the only thing that she had. That was it. She held her home dear to her heart. But when I can watch a city come in and take it with eminent domain, the only inheritance that we as black people hold on to, that we can pass on to our own children and the generations of our family to come after that, when they take it, what do we have? What's when they can come and take your property and say that it's for the economic development. Okay?
Oh, we can take your property and because it's beneficial for us, for the city.
Right. But then where's your inheritance for your family?
Where's our 40 acres in the first mule?
It's not there. So then you have to ask yourself as a generation, understand this, because y'all are bright, y'all are smart. I find myself talking to some of the brothers on the corner, some of the brothers up in public housing, and I'm fine with it. Because I'm always down to be with my people at all times. You know what I'm saying? You can't be compassionate of the needs of the people if you ain't never been the people. You got to know what it's like to rob Peter to pay Paul. To figure out if I'm going to eat a bologna sandwich or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then we got to use the two ends of the butter to bread. You feel me?
Yes, Lord.
So it's real out here. So when I'm out here and I'm talking to my brothers and my sisters, I'm letting them know, y'all are brilliant. When you can cut dope, cook dope,
come on,
weigh dope,
come on,
do all of this way. You better know it.
Boy, them fractions,
that calculus
no joke.
Boy,
you say them out for calculus. They really don't even
they
think
don't
about
even
it.
understand.
They don't even think how much.
But in your own right,
the chemistry
you can
too.
go and open your own legal pharmaceutical company and make way more money that month than you even made that year.
Less risk. Man.
If we can come together and stop talking about what the problems are, stop pointing the finger saying, white people did us like this, white people won't let us have nothing, I just don't know, and why they be so mean to us, and they make it hard for us. Sometimes we make it hard for ourselves. Sometimes we are our biggest enemy because we're still like crabs fighting out of a bucket, scared that you're going to have more than me.
That's real.
Scared that you're going to make it to the mountaintop and you're going to leave me down here in the valley. Now I got to hate on you. Because you wanted to do something. You wanted to grow and go beyond. But at the same time, how can our people want more when they haven't seen anything?
God.
You can't ask people to act like kings and queens when you got them caged in like animals. You can't tell our youth pretty much, let me see, go to the polls and vote because Martin Luther King marched for us. Go to the polls and vote because our black people was hosed down. Go to the polls and vote for our ancestors because I've heard responses come from young people that said, but what they got to do with me?
You would be surprised.
What that ain't got nothing to do with me.
You'd be surprised.
That was their choice. That's what they wanted to do. So then you have to come back to your young people in a different perspective, with a different light, and you say to them, why not vote? And then I wait on y'all reply, which is, my vote don't count.
You know it.
My vote don't count.
Number one answer.
And you know what my number one answer is behind that? You can't count what ain't in there. You don't put it in, it's not going to count.
Yes, Lord.
Your voice is your vote. You want to tear up some stuff? You want to flip over tables? You want to jump up and down? Do it with your vote. So then you can come back and say, you know what, listen, I voted. And when I voted, you said you were going to do A, B, C, D, X, Y, and Z.
Oh, well, you can hold them accountable now.
That's right. You can hold people accountable for what they say they are going to do for you, for your community, for your city. You can't sit at home on the couch and say, I told you they wasn't that. I told you they was sorry. See, this why I don't even vote. Right here. But you had the opportunity to replace who you complaining about. And you didn't. which means you got comfortable
dealing with the stuff.
Dealing with the same tomfoolery, right? We can sit around and we can listen to all these people come out and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You're going to watch a lot of them make a bunch of empty promises. I sat here and I've been talking to you this long and I haven't promised you anything not one time.
Period.
I'm going to keep it hot with you all the way to the end. That's me. Understand that. I'm not going to come and make you no promises. I'm one vote on the city council board. That's it. But collectively, as a community and as a board, we can grow and move the Northeast Ward forward. Everybody want to talk about public safety. Well, what we going to do about this gun violence and that? We can talk about gun violence. We can continue to fund the sheriff department. We can continue to fund the police department. We can continue to sit around and have the round table discussions and have these meetings in areas that's not affected
by the situation.
If the problem is in 27105, why am I having a meeting in Clemens?
Right.
Problem ain't in Clemens. You following me?
Which means we can have less people there
that's affected by it. Exactly. So we have to then begin to realize the problem is not only is it a public safety issue, but it's a public health issue.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to address that. See, and it didn't start today. Anything that I tell you, I want you to fact check me on.
Gotcha.
We being recorded, right?
Oh yeah.
You can go back
we gonna go do the numbers.
You can go do the numbers for everything that I'm getting ready to tell you. In 1965, it was a law passed that said that if a woman lived in public housing, the man couldn't live with her. Okay? So you did what? You already broke up the home. You follow me?
That's still effective to this day.
That is still effective, but that's a mental health issue. Because children grow up and they try to figure out, why my daddy not here? Why can't I see my daddy? Why can't my father live with me? You feel what I'm saying? This is a problem. So when you're looking at that from 1965, and here we are talking about 2020. The same old laws. Where we have people that's in place in government that can change those laws but choose not to. Because their thing is, if I can keep them separated,
we can keep them dependent on us.
We can keep them dependent on us and they become weak.
Yeah, there's a lot of change that need to go on. I mean, one of the biggest for me is you get arrested, you serve your time, you do your time, you come home, you still labeled a criminal. Mm-hmm. You can't get a job, you can't do anything. If I serve my time, shouldn't I be able to get a fresh start?
You should, but because of the old laws. See, my mom taught me, if you want to be a game changer, you have to get in the game. When you get in the game and you begin to understand that when people are doing what they're doing, it's because of policies. And policies is being implemented into our systems. That's going to forever be the haves against the have-nots.
Right.
For the most part, when we come home from prison, whether it's a male or a female, you get discouraged because you keep hearing no.
Oh, yeah.
No. 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 And I can imagine that is hard, very heartening, and it makes you give up. But I wanted to encourage my people and let you know that that's not the end. The best is still yet to come. Don't let what your situation is determine your life's outcome, because it don't have to. Just when you think there isn't a way, y'all better understand that I don't know what nobody religious thing is, but I got a God who sit high and he look low, and he can open some doors that man can't close. And you may get 100 no's, but you don't get that one yes.
That's real now.
But the problem that we tend to find ourselves into is that when we get that no, we backpedal.
Man,
and we go back to what's familiar.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I'ma stand And after standing, I'm going to stand anyhow, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to walk through this. And I'm going to get through this. But we get discouraged. We want to throw in the towel. We want to call it quit because we don't see an out. But we also don't have nobody sitting there telling us how to get out. We don't have everybody coming in saying, you know what, you just got released, my brother. I need you to go downtown to the city and apply for the SOAR program, which is a start over after release program, where they're going to make sure you got a GED and train you and give you a job with the city. But everybody don't know that.
I did not know that.
Right. See how that works?
Man.
Because there are resources available to our people that we have no clue about. But it takes people like me who know about these resources to come back and share these resources with the very people in my communities who are hurting and need them the most.
Man, I'm just glad that Trefo Records and Next on Deck was able to be an outlet so you can help reach more people. I think if Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Huey probably had some bigger outlets. If they were rappers, I believe they probably would have been able to see the changes that they wanted to see happen in the world.
And it's happening. We have come a long way. And they said, and people said, oh, but we got so much further to go. We have a whole lot more work to do as it relates to not only just politics, but self, communities. We need to stop sitting around saying what we can't do and put energies in what we can do, what we have the means and opportunities to do. We have children running around here every day, and I just told you they can't read at 3rd grade level.
Right.
We also have young men running around here every day, making music. We have young ladies out here modeling. We have got to continue to let our children dream. They have got to dream. They have got to see and believe and understand that there is something beyond Winston-Salem. But I need for Winston-Salem to be a choice of where they want to reside when they get 18, when they get 25, when they get retirement.
Make those changes to make them want to be
make
here.
them want to be here. Right now, all we see is that we get a record high in over 25 years. We got 31 homicides in Forsyth County. That's a problem. That deters people. When you look at the fact that mom and daddy can't be together. So now you wondering why daddy got a baby over here. Now daddy got a baby over here. Now you got all these little brothers and sisters running around. It's a generation of curses. It has to be broken somewhere. We have got to begin to not only speak life, but plant life. We can talk all day long to the cast. I can sit here and talk to you. We can talk all day tomorrow, and all day next week. Faith without work is that we can believe everything, but we have got to be able to do the work.
Talk about it.
Now, I'm telling you what I know for a fact. First of all, look, I'm going to put this out here. Y'all want to talk about them Cleveland homes and how they going to come in and they going to renovate them and make them look all pretty and do it up for the people. Look, if it was for the people, it would have been done. It would have been done. We have sat in the Northeast Ward with 2 representations on City Council, Carl Russell and Vivian Burke. Do we look better today than we did 10 years ago? Why is it with sitting representation that our people don't look like Stratford Road?
Right.
Don't look like Cloverdale.
Right.
Why are we not flourishing and thriving just like every other area? We walk through here and you can always tell when you done left the
other side of the tracks.
The other side of the tracks, and you get over here with us and you be like,
oh,
what
this is Winston-Salem.
Right. So this the Trefo they talking about.
Oh, this is the Trefo
This is the
part.
Trefo part.
Right.
Right. And not because we're not great. Greatness come out of the inner city. Do you hear what I'm telling you?
Yes, yes.
Greatness has come up and out of the inner city.
I just recently seen the interview they were talking about. We had our own bus line as African Americans.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But I'm going to mess it up for you even more because I like to give flowers while people are alive.
Talk to me.
You understand what I'm saying? Have a young lady that went to Carver High School because I'm Carver alumni.
Whoa, 2 times like Carvers. Them Carver students.
The president of our SGA, when I was at Carver, is now the first black school board chair over Winston-Salem Forsyth County school system.
That's real.
We now have a black superintendent. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hold on, I ain't finished messing it up for you.
Talk to me now.
We got a first black sheriff in Forsyth County, Bobby Kimbrough. And all of these people in the state came out of the inner city. Okay? We have 2 county commissioners sitting right there, came straight out of the inner city. Tanya McDaniel and Fleming Elmaine. You also have your first black clerk of court, Renita Limble, sitting right down there in the courthouse. We have black judges. The register of deeds, black. So with all of this, ain't nowhere in the world. Oh, look, I don't want to forget. And we have 4 black city council members.
Okay.
That sits on our city council board. We have black representation as by way of the state representatives Evelyn Terry and Durwell Montgomery. We have a black North Carolina Senator, Paul Lowe. You ain't gonna tell me, and I'm not gonna say you're not going to. No, I'm gonna keep it hot with you. I told you that from the beginning. You ain't
gonna
tell me that black people can't get off the menu and be at the table.
Yeah.
We are at a time right now where we are in a position to make a difference in Winston-Salem. Where else do you have that much black leadership?
Well, I don't know.
And they earned it. It wasn't given to them. They worked for it. They deserved it. They gave people a reason to come out and vote as it relates to them and what their issues were. If you already up the mountain and you ain't been down in the valley, how you know what the people in the valley need?
Impossible.
If you walking around here and we live in this area, but you shop on the other side of town because you don't want to go in East Winston, or you don't want to go on North Side,
God.
we ain't never that far up. Because what you pass coming up, you
gotta pass on the way back down, boy. That's real, man. Whew. Hey,
so I'm telling you, you just have to know what you know, what you know. Don't let nobody come and give y'all some fool's gold and be like, look, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I served on. Oh, I did. No. When you speak to people, y'all been around too long. I know you have. When people speak to you, you know a man by the content of his heart.
Yeah.
When people can look you in your eyes and talk to you and just speak, you ain't seen me coming here with no papers.
Right.
I ain't know what this conversation was going to be like, right?
Right.
So there's nothing I got scripted.
Hell, I had a list of questions that we honestly don't need, honestly.
I don't have anything scripted. If anybody want to know, this piece of paper is just a piece of paper that did what?
It showed me what I needed to see.
Showed you what you needed to see that was going to be on your ballot. As it relates to government. I'm not promising y'all nothing. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not putting no tutu on it and no lip gloss, and I'm not going to serve it to you like that. I'm me. I was born me. I'm going to die me. If everybody on every level of government was a lawyer, a surgeon, a CEO, a CFO, anything, who represents the people?
Nobody.
Who is there to represent?
Couldn't even understand the struggles that we'd have to go through. Henceforth, why they gonna make it all tax breaks for the bigger higher up.
So if you're gonna vote for somebody for the people, why not vote for
somebody that is of the people?
That's of the people.
Listen, Ms. Palmer, this has been well educational, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be able to have a bigger understanding on what's going on. Anything that Traco Records and Next On Deck can do to help contribute to our future councilwoman, Ms. Palmer, listen, just let us know.
You can, and I'm gonna tell you what you gonna do.
Talk to me.
You gonna go vote.
Oh, definitely. And
when you vote, and between now and February 13th, y'all need to encourage any and everybody you can to make sure that they're registered to vote. Understand that. Early voting starts February 13th all the way through the 29th.
Are fellas getting rights to vote back anytime soon, or are they just
long as you listen, baby? Let me tell you something. If you are not on papers, you can vote.
Okay.
If you are not on papers, you can vote. But right now, you can go through the expungement clinic and get that wiped out too. But y'all don't know about when the clinics are, right?
Nah.
You didn't nobody tell nobody.
Definitely didn't know about those.
So you gotta have a connect with the connects.
Man, y'all better get Miss Parman in office, man. We need to stay connected. Y'all better stay connected. This is Next Toe Deck Unsigned Radio, man. And we're live with future councilwoman, Miss Parman, man. Y'all make sure y'all get out and vote.
And I'm a veteran.
Everyone doubted until I did it. They told me no when I did it. I had to run all my digits. My thoughts is real, so I spit it. Hey, I've been feeling different, no undivided attention. Hey, I've been reminiscing. But all our opposition, we shooting, we never missing. My gun, yeah, steady hitting.
You know what I mean? I learned like to do out there, I'm gonna have to start dealing with people. So let me shout out a couple other promotion groups out here. And it's Magnetic Promotions, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know, it's Magnetic Promotions. But like 6ix9ine, Touch, you know what I'm saying? Rich Gang, you know what I'm saying? All them, Vine, Q, Juice Crew, all them cats, you know what I mean?
So all y'all kind of work together.
Yeah, when they do something at my venue, you know what I'm saying? We link up and we make it make sense, you know what I mean?
Tap In is where we give you guys in-depth information on our local entrepreneurs, anybody with products and services to offer. This is where they come and we introduce it to the people. Yo, what's good, family? This is Next on Deck Unsigned Radio. And this week on Tap In, we tapping in with Mo, man.
I'm about to be a promoter, nigga.
Go bring them out like what's the deal? We can bang it out, slang it out like what's the deal? How to make it out, go to the top, touch the bill. Yeah, that's how it is. Go on, tell them, bro, yeah, that's how it is. Bring them out like what's the deal? We can bang it out, slang it out like what's the deal? How to make it out, go to the top, touch the bill.
Go ahead and finish him off. You tired of looking at it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how it is. Since a youngin', I ain't never followed no rule, I ain't no dummy.
Mo, talk to him, man. Tell the people a little bit more what's going on with you.
Well, you know, basically, you know what I mean? We got a little club we just got started in Greensboro, 1912 West Florida Street. Make sure y'all pull up to that. And we just doing a little bit of everything in there. You know, we got pool tournaments on Mondays. You know, we got $2 Tuesdays. Me and my man D that I met through my homegirl VBS, one of the hottest chicks out there, in my opinion. Eat any bitch in front of her face. You know what I mean? Linked over with my man D. We doing open mics out there on Thursdays. We got Latino night on Fridays. We got college night on Saturdays. We got reggae night on Sundays. We just trying to keep y'all event with every day. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. That's how we giving it up. You know what I mean? And long story short, that's what it is.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope. I see you coming here trying to fuck me up on the pool table a little bit.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, actually, believe it or not, y'all don't tell nobody. I just learned 6 months ago. Shout out to my man Santiago.
So listen, man, we got a pool table in the studio, but y'all got a big deal. We y'all doing a lot of billiards there.
Yeah, we have an 8-ball and 9-ball tournaments on Mondays too.
Word?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This little $10 entry fee.
Oh, that's dope. Y'all got prizes and stuff coming out for that too?
Cash prizes.
Oh, that's real.
See, I'm more so like the Pac or Snoop of this shit, you know what I mean? This little promote game I got going on. See, I got an amigo to be in the background. He don't even talk, he just be in the background. You know, we some black and brown relations, but he like the Suge Knight of that shit, you know what I mean? The building's actually like his, but he gives me full control, full authority to run it how I run it, do it how I do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going down with that situation.
That's dope. How did you come across a situation like that? I know a lot of promoters out here that when they step to venues, they actually have to come with a bag. You feel me? How was it to get it?
It's just being loyal. And I'm going to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? They're my people, you know what I'm saying? So, I was dealing with this dude, and he was like, yo, you need to meet these people or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I came through, chopped them up, you know, I felt him out, he felt me out. I like the vibe, so I used to go there every day. I be taking my little chicks there and everything, and they be like, yo, why you coming to this spot? You know what I mean?
Definitely have a lot of chicks in the building. Last time I was in the building, it was like a 7-to-1 ratio. It was like 7 females to every male.
Yeah.
Listen, how do you go about that? Like, how do you keep all the ladies in the building like that?
Well, you know, like, I can't tell all my secrets, but
okay, it's game to be sold.
But just to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you do the DNA on me, do the history, like that's always how it was. You know what I'm saying? I always kept a lot of females around me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what brought my other crowd around. Like, where I'm from, Moore County, like a little town called Sea City. It was a spot called The Hill. That was my spot. You know what I mean? Just stayed jumping. You know what I mean? People come there like, oh, liquor store closed. We going to Moe's. We know we gonna have a bottle. So if bitches in there walking around serving drinks, I'm doing this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm just living a different lifestyle back then.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Understand
what I'm saying. So like, I was living a different lifestyle, but I always had women. They be serving drinks. People come through from out of town. They come to my spot. You know what I mean? I just always had it popping. And then I was laid up one day smoking a cigarette. But my homegirl, and she was like, man, you know, why don't you just start promoting and do this shit? Like, you do it already, you do it naturally, you do it free, you can get paid for this shit. And I got to thinking about it. And you know, with anything in life, like, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter where you at. You know what I'm saying? If you want Alaska, get heat pads. Like, it's supply and demand. You feel me?
That was if you're in Alaska, get heat pads.
It's supply and demand, you know. And Greensboro, like, ironically, my spot is around 3 colleges. It's a party city. You know what I'm saying?
What colleges out there in Greensboro?
UNCG, then you got Greensboro Tech, you got Bennett, you got Carolina A&T. So my college nights always be crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now my bar don't do that good on them nights. We sell about like 500 water bottles, but you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like, because you got to be 21 or older to drink, you know what I mean? Because we trying to keep a good thing going. Anytime I have a contest, something like that, you walking away with a bag, you know what I mean? We ain't going to have you go out there and show your skills for free. If I got a twerk contest, you're leaving with a bag.
Speaking of twerk contest, the twerk contest going on tonight?
Tonight, and every Saturday. Like I said, we got adult nights too. We got the open mics on Thursday with me and my man D. You know what I mean? I ain't even got to say nothing. Y'all already know who
already. NEXTONDECK, Unsigned Radio.
That's on deck. And then we got the reggae nights going on Sundays. We got the pool tournaments on Mondays. We got the $2 Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? They got a $2 Tuesday.
To actually turn it into a professional promoter, entrepreneur. It has to be a difference. It has to be.
It's a big difference, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I learned a lot of lessons.
And I want to get into what all do you have to think about. Like, when it comes to throwing an event, you gotta, know what's all going on in the city for one. You know what I'm saying? Know whether or not the weather gonna be raining or cold. And
talk
to the people a little bit more into depth on that.
I learned about, like, we had one event where it was raining real bad, so I learned like line control makes a big difference. But one of the biggest lessons I learned, is make sure everybody's safe.
Safety is a major issue.
I'm gonna have the police out there. I'm gonna let you know. But what you asked me how the game switched. Well, like, for one, I'm not from out here, so my first party I took a loss, but the bar won. You know what I'm saying? Like, after I paid my DJ, my security, all that, you know what I mean? My door girl for collecting the money for me, all that, you know what I mean? I took a loss, but I'm gonna make sure my staff get paid.
Right.
Like, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? It's the same game, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was dealing with one guy, you know what I mean? Like, it was just a little thing. I had threw a party, and he put his little thing on there, you know what I'm saying? And I have respect because he taught me a lesson. Right. You know what I'm saying? And with everything, I don't take losses. I take lessons, you know what I'm saying? I learn lessons. So, you know what I mean?
Hold on. That's 2 different types of L's, folks.
Yeah.
You know that.
So, you know what I mean? What I learned was, like, technically, the rights to that party went to him. You know? Now, we worked it out. It ain't go down like that.
Right.
It didn't go down like that, but it was a lesson, and I made sure he kept his money. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got his cut just because. You know, I learned a valuable lesson on that. This how I get, like, music helped me think. Like, I don't even, like, how I make it through my day, music, man. Like, music.
With all the artists that we deal with here, what are some of the services that your promotion company can offer to help break an artist or put an artist in position?
Exposure. We'll give you exposure. And there's nothing like that. You know, we got all kinds of people that be coming through. Like, my man ABU, when I did my first party, when I told you I took a loss on, he came all the way from New Jersey. You know what I mean?